Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day because things are about to get even better. Whether you're a longtime subscriber or just stumbled up on my channel, just know I am thrilled to have you join me for this exciting video. I've got a fantastic treat in store for you today, so get ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. But first, let's take a moment to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. Your support, comments, and likes truly make my day. I wouldn't be here without your incredible encouragement. So a huge thank you for being a part of this fantastic community. I appreciate you more than words can express. Now let's dive straight in to the content that you've been waiting for. Trust me, it's going to be epic. Make sure to buckle up and prepare for some serious fun. And hey, if you haven't already, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of my future videos. All right, guys, get ready to have a blast or not. Let's jump right into the action. It's so easy to get lost with this stuff. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, because I just, sometimes my mind is all over with this. But one thing we have to focus on is finding Summer and trying everything in our power to find her. And in my opinion, at this point, with her being gone for so long, and I don't know if you agree with me or not, but the chances of her being found alive are really slim to none, and it really makes me sad. It's really peculiar for me to see how the parents are engaging in blame shifting and trying to focus and divert attention to all other people like Jody Sue, Ellie, Hunter, Dudley, Andrew, Andy, Voldemort, and lovingly called by Jody Sue the monster, which I bet he deserves that name. So we need to circle back to Candus and Dawn because, in my opinion, the parents hold the key, and most likely, and that is only my opinion here, they've done it. They got Summer gone. And I'm not going to waver on this. All they have been doing is one distraction act after another, so we all can lose track and get sidetracked on what we should really focus, and that is finding their daughter Summer. In my opinion, Candy Harer, aka Grandis, Candus, Candus, whatever she calls herself these days, and Big Daddy Don, they all know. And it's funny how they make up all these crazy names. So there's also a reason that the 911 calls have not been released, and it might be due to the ongoing investigation into her disappearance by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, by the TBI, or by the FBI. But if it is not under investigation, I would really like for Dawn and Candus to sign a release form to make the 911 calls public property. Usually 911 calls are released, but I guess in this case, either they haven't released them or the 911 calls are under investigation. And in any case, why is it kept private? It's just painting them in a bad light. Why is even Sheriff Lawson going against them, saying they're not cooperating and that they have lawyers? Maybe he only meant the lawyers for the CPS case with the boys, but we won't ever know because he's not speaking about them anymore. If we could get more information, that would take away some of the doubts we all have. And still wonder why people think that they're guilty as sin. The fact that neither the sheriff, TBI, nor the FBI has cleared them as persons of interest or suspects speaks volumes, in my opinion. But they have cleared themselves, right? You heard Dawn say that Candus passed the lie detector test and he himself passed the lie detector tests, but you have never heard anything from Sheriff Lawson stating the same. And that, my babes, is why so many people are onto their case. You know when people lie, you can tell. Dawn and Candus think that everybody that raises any questions in regards to their daughter's disappearance hates them, which is totally absurd and kind of paranoid if you really think about it, because everybody that's raising questions is only concerned about Summer, where she is, and how we can find her. I think if they were really forthcoming with suspicions or news, none of that would ever get looked at. But maybe they want to look suspicious. I don't know what's going through their mind, right? And maybe if only they had 1 ounce of decency inside of them, They would stop all this nonsense. Prank calling, taking dumps while on live. I mean, like, Big Daddy Don is practically famous for that. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, I can't even. Well, and then you count in the outbursts that he has on panels and where he gets like, where he turns from this Bible thumping person into, he literally turns into the devil. And you got to ask yourself, like, what is he doing? Why is he using those words? Why is he saying all those mean and nasty words? You can blame it on that he might be mad at that point. But really, come on, you don't behave like that in public. And granted, that is also happening while they are sober. Sometimes they're drunk as hell or drugged up. I don't know, whichever comes first, right? When they speak, also, it's never about Summer. It's always about somebody else that has done them wrong, in their opinion. And it's never about Summer. It's never about, hey, what about the Cold Case Foundation? They just rejected. Chris McDonough has asked him, hey, do you want our help? He offered it. Guess what? It was shut down. What normal parent behaves that way? I don't know. Well, not a normal one that I know, you know. I don't consider myself a hater of the Wells. I want Summer found. I would love for the boys to be returned to Candus and Don. But given the fact that they already have a track record of not taking care of their children and neglecting them, not clothing them right, feeding them, or just in general, are not fit parents, I don't think that there should be a possibility that they ever should get those boys back either. If I ever could just ask one question to Don and Candus, I would ask where she is. And I would ask why. What happened to that poor little baby? As we know, the CPS cases are bleeding over from the boys' case into Summer's case. And we don't know anything in particular about what really transpired there. CPS told WJHL that they are investigating her case also. I'm just going to show you guys a little clip here.
The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on how they were involved.
Yeah, what do you think of that? I did a little bit of research and I came up with like a little list of what makes parents guilty, how do they behave. I did some research on the interwebs and let me read you guys this because I really feel this is giving so many clues. And this is just, if you know the case already, you already know. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. And let me read this to you. It's just red flag central here. Defensive and evasive. Guilty parents may exhibit defensive behavior when questioned about the situation. They might become evasive, avoiding direct answers or deflecting attention away from themselves. And I'm going to ask you guys this. What have they done? Have they not deflected and put the blame on somebody else? Have they been forthcoming or not? And here we go with the second one. Inconsistencies in their accounts. Guilty parents may provide inconsistent or conflicting information when recounting the events leading up to the disappearance. Their stories may change over time or not align with known facts. And again, guys, what are we witnessing? Lack of genuine emotion. While every individual reacts differently, guilty parents may display a lack of genuine emotion or seem detached when discussing their missing child. Their emotion may appear forced or insincere. And again, guys, have we really seen Candus cry ever? Have we seen Dawn cry ever? Have they not been speaking about Summer a week after she's been missing, where they did the interview on WHJL, where they sat down? What was your impression of that? Did you feel that they were genuine parents that really cared that their daughter was gone? When I saw that interview, I was indifferent to it because they already referred to her as gone and in past tense. Avoidance of media attention. Guilty parents often try to avoid the media spotlight as it can potentially expose their deception. They may actively seek to limit their public exposure and control the narrative surrounding the case. Again, guys, I'm sorry. This is so crazy. All those red flags are just blinking, right? So it's ridiculous how spot on it is, right? So after the Dr. Phil show, after many offered interviews, even by Fox News, that has been rejected. The Cold Case Foundation has been rejected. And I think many other things that they have been offered have been rejected by them. So yeah, I mean, like, they don't really want to expose themselves because somebody could read their body language and how they act. Now, granted, not everybody acts the same, but if you really have nothing to hide, what's the hurt? And then we have the refusal to cooperate with authorities. Guilty parents may be hesitant or outright refuse to cooperate fully with law enforcement. They may be uncooperative during interviews, withhold information, or resist searches of their property. If even the sheriff comes out and says, hey, they're not cooperating with us, something is deeply wrong with this, right? And then we have engaging in deceptive behaviors. Guilty parents might engage in deceptive actions, such as providing false alibis or creating misleading narratives to divert suspicion away from themselves. I mean, like, we've seen it time and time again. There's been so many narratives spun from a peeping Tom coming up the hill. From somebody else is getting blamed, like Jody Sue was blamed like I bet 1,000,000 times, and Hunter was blamed, and everybody else was blamed. Dudley was even blamed. I don't know. For our next and last point, we have unusual focus on their public image. Guilty parents may place significant emphasis on pretending and protecting their public image and maintaining a facade of innocence. They may prioritize their own reputation over actively searching for their missing child. But bing, 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 bing. Like, all the alarm bells are ringing with this one. Also, it's important to note that these behaviors are not definitive proof of guilt, as innocent individuals can also exhibit similar reactions due to stress or trauma. The legal system should be relied upon to investigate and determine guilt based on evidence and thorough investigation. I think, in all honesty, the fact that they're not even currently at their home in 110 Ben Hill Road speaks volumes. Not only because they kind of dipped out. I mean, what else is there to say, right? And supposedly they're doing drywall work in Arkansas. Who's watching over their home? Is it Grandma? Candus? Is it the neighbors? How are parents that are allegedly innocent just bouncing the area and working in another state? Was that all pre-planned? You know, wouldn't it make more sense to look for their daughter? But all jokes aside, this is a very serious issue. And if you have any information or tips that lead to finding Summer, please call the tip line at 1-800-TBI-FIND. I repeat, 1-800-TBI-FIND. So what can we gather from this? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your take on the ongoing situation? What do you think? Will they ever come clean? Well, I hope you have a great rest of the day and much love. See you in the next video.